Charge up your game with excitement. Highest odds on the market. Coverage of all live and pre-match events. Place your bets with solid bookmaker and win with your favorite teams. Take what's rightfully yours with GG.bet.
Back in it, back live, and Gambit youngsters. Their map pick, their decision, and this is where they need to prove what they are worth. But again, both teams have the same amount of wins on this map. Funny-wise though, Nemiga has 8 losses and Gambit 0. So let's see how that one will turn out. First of all, aggression to be coming in. Lollipop nearly losing his life, but he does lose his life. In return, finds a frag, and the danger is coming close. Box needs to plant that bomb, and the problems occur. What? Robo, this was a drive-by in his Porsche, and he's just gonna put it flat out. Absolutely disgusting how he gets both of them. There we go. Frag found. And the youngsters, yet again, lost over there on Inferno. Which was a bit of a surprise, actually, that they brought that far. And Nemiga was leading 11-4, yet again I have to point that out, when playing CT. Nemiga, by the way, playing a map that is so highly CT side, need to prove that they can get like 6 or 7 rounds out of this, and then they might be standing on a quite good foot. This round, I mean, not much to talk about. They save up their armor. Makes the most sense either way. In the previous matchup, we got stats for that already. Jo and Lollipop played a pivotal role back for Nemiga. Both players contributing with 79% KAST. An ADR on both, which was quite average though. Just pointed that one out. Excel with 90 ADR whilst being on a losing team. This is interesting. And now, youngsters, same setup as in the previous. And everything, I mean, by experience, I would say this is one of the slowest maps of all time. I think I remember is this actually one of the slowest played maps, to put it that way, of all time. I'm not a fan of it, very honestly. This makes this map so fairly boring to watch, to put it that way. Either way, frags found. Going in the right direction. Super Steagle, though, at least getting one close range. Another one! And then it starts to get a little dangerous. 65 and 4 HP. The clock's ticking. Oh no, Shiro's coming up. This could get dangerous. For who, though? Bomb planted safely. That's part of the solution.
Bomb has been planted.
And again, one found. MDS must be around the corner. And so he waits it out, hopes to get the right timing for it, and once he swings, he might just do it right. Once he swings, he might just do it right. 4 HP is a horrible condition to be in, though. The FAMAS sees a bit of the body. It's unbelievable how the youngsters find this round. This is all due to Shiro.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists.
A bit shocking, isn't it? I mean, I wouldn't have thought that goes that far, but there we go. Nemiga. There's nothing else. A bit of an issue maybe coming up. I mean, in the follow-up, in case we're losing this, hardly any money left. This could be an entire spiral. This is a CT side map. You know how it can be. In the meantime, things are starting to look more and more sinister. With though the CT's still in an okay place, to put it that way. At that point in time, I mean, take a look at it, right? The two players towards Toil are making this a bit more problematic. Oh, the timing. Did he see a bit of his body? I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. And yet again, execution so delayed, waiting it out so much, and this is Shiro getting closer and closer. His ult fails, swings wide, and the frag found is what Nemiga needs. The bomb hits the ground. And the bomb hit in the ground seals the deal. Gambit youngsters do themselves a favor by retreating. Exactly what they were doing. Safe haven they need. A safe place to stay.
Terrorists win.
And with Nemiga grabbing a fur, this is like what I want to say again. This map, yet, has so far been so CT-side over the course of the competitive map pool in the last 3 months. It's incredible. Especially at Gambit youngsters, who have now, and I think that's a quite alright sample size, 5 times played this map, won 70%, and hear me out, 70% of their rounds on the CT side. That's absolutely ridiculous. This would mean, and I could be horribly wrong, I hate myself already. Freaking hell. So this means, by the book, Gambit youngsters would most definitely need 10.5 rounds, so 11, to stay up to their statistics. If Nemiga find this one, they've already brought it to the maximum. Technically speaking, just technically speaking. And yet, we're gonna see how this one will go. I honestly got my doubts that Nemiga can't prevail too much. Library player. Library, pardon. The player back into bank becoming a problem. That is Shiro. His op has been the hero, but at this point in time, things look sinister. Him saving up. And this is what I said. This is the maximum. This right here is the maximum.
Terrorists win.
And a 4-1 from the Nemiga is just surprising. I have to put it that way. It's just surprising. Nevertheless, I mean, there's an op on the opposite side. Shiro has proven his worth. Shiro has proven his skills. Either way, nah, I don't want to believe it yet. I am not there to believe it yet. Molly comes D. Painful it is gonna be. Talking about that, this is a showdown. This is pretty much a showdown of once more the skills of Lollipop. Does it so brilliantly. And yet again, no sinister times. No sinister times at all. I'm shocked. I have to very honestly say I'm somewhat shocked because I would have never ever believed in my entire life that we're going into a 5-1 situation on the T side of Overpass. I'm really going to hit you with the statistic right now because this is somewhat shocking. The fact is, right, what we have learned in the last 3 months about Overpass, 55.2% of the rounds are being won over on CT sites. Thereby, it is the third most CT-side map when we go in the last 3 months. Overpass still. It's exactly that. The third most CT-side map outside of Nuke and Train. We don't need to discuss both of the maps about their CT-side tendency. And with yet again a team to prove what they're made of. We saw a 2-0 previous. We might just see a 2-0 yet again. As they're pushing more towards the B side of things with such a nade. Kobe Bryant would be proud of you. Getting that one down, no real issues. Nemiga is pretty much humiliating their opponent at this point. Ah, and the youngsters are struggling. They do.
Bomb has been planted. Terrorists win.
And so, shocking news, it pretty much is. Would have never expected to see something go that far. Overall, though, 6-1 and Nemiga most definitely can tap themselves on the shoulder. And as we see, those pistols. Oh no, super upsetting. What? No! In God's name, it was a body shot to get that guy down. Either way, things are looking good for the Deagles. And this is where the heat is coming on to Nemiga. You don't want to feel the heat. And that's disgusting. That's just disgusting. He's buying enough time. Enters. He needs to be eliminated. What was that? He's breaking his wrist. This arm or this hand must be injured. Are you freaking kidding me? Absolutely. I mean, I remain speechless. What do you actually want to say in such situations? Really, I mean, you can't do that flick. That's illegal. It's not allowed. And yet again, he does. Mad props, mad respect. The box immediately strikes. I'm still in shock. What do you want to say about that? Either way. Things are looking decent. Things are looking good. And things are yet again in the way of Nemiga. The previous round was absolutely disgusting. They really want to hunt down those last two weapons. It's understandable. But either way, not necessarily happening. There you go. Timeout from the CTs. Important. Nemiga, yet again, they try to set the pace. The nades are brutal. This Naf tries to get the second through the smoke. Eliminated. They try to get on the side. Over in Monster, both, or more likely two players, are still waiting. Box and Robo. Patience is key. Short, and therefore door they might go. That's very interesting. No, his teammate blocked it. This is so unfortunate because he closed the door, made a lot of zones with that. With that sounds, I'm not so happy. Slowly approaching the site, Bank is eliminated. He pushes forward though, which is the right move. To his left-hand side, the Alba waits. Box is sure to plant that one to smoke, baits out a bit of information. It's not very helpful, except MDS is going to find another. He does. Here's the player back on stairs. MDS is not strong enough in the end. So close. Really so close. Yet again, Inter's down to 27 HP. Nemiga changed their setup more towards long, where a double stack might expect them. A UMP and a AUG. Interesting combo. In the meantime, all casual and all fine. They hear both players on long. Slowly and steady, Box faces the first. Here's one more player towards long, and the awareness of him is incredible. With now the youngster sights down to 3 with one extremely wounded. Box is cleaning it up all on his own. This is absolutely insane. problem, though, is it's all going down to B. Nevertheless, 27 HP for Int.
Terrorists win.
It's not gonna make it. Nemiga with 8 rounds over here. Thank you, Microsoft. With 8 rounds over here, it's just insane. It's absolutely insane. I'm really surprised. I'm honestly surprised because this is yet again an extremely CT-side map. It was different with Inferno. On Inferno, we could. It's first of all one of the most balanced maps, and second of all, on Inferno, both teams were also quite okay balanced. I mean, we're talking about a tendency of 55 CT, 45 T. When we have this clear tendency, right, we can say, okay, they can still balance this out once they're switching to the other faction. That is not the case. I mean, statistically speaking, it is not the case here. The youngsters have a 70% win rate on CT. 7 out of 10 occasions go their way. This basically means, from the point of view, from all the rounds played, they have won 70%. They have won. This means around 10.5 rounds they win over on the CT side. 10.5 rounds. Think about that. In the meantime, pushing just towards the B side could be a problem with Lollipop's accuracy. Don't need to worry too much. Sees the other one back. Lollipop, this is your show, and it's his circus where he proves what he's made of. Unbelievable. Now, pushing over to B, looks quite decent. And yet again, this is a shocker to me. This is a real shocker to me. Shiro strikes, I mean, this is insane, but either way, look at that. Nemiga just runs him over. With the op now known, not quite sure if he's going to be hunted down. I mean, the money is there, but Nemiga played safe, played cool.
Terrorists win.
I mean, the worst part is Axel, the man with the highest ADR on the previous map, even when Gambit lost, totally out of touch with this game, and this is so unfortunate. With Shiro and his crew looking right now to find at least a few more rounds, I have my doubt. I really have my doubt. The crew of Shiro. I wouldn't be happy. I would not be happy. I don't know if they right now feel down or something like that. Yet again, MDS strikes quite brutally. That with success, by the way. Lollipop. I mean, absolutely astonishing what he does from time to time. I would have looking for a bit of a more, but unfortunately doesn't. Shiro. Couldn't do too much in the previous round. Axel peeking out wide, and he's gonna fall into a little backstab. Pardon, more likely an unfortunate attack for him. That ambush worked, and now Inters needs to change it around. The molly is eating him up pretty much. So he moves down bank. I have high hopes for Supra, as his turbo whistling might be the sound you need. Sees a player on site. This is now him though known. A little too early maybe. He still has 100 points of health. There's no cross smoke. Nemiga need to do it pretty much now or never. Swing white. And if both of them do so, that works. Jo makes it on it. The bomb's gonna go down either way. And he doesn't expect the long player. So now such an unfortunate ending. Could have turned it around, but isn't the case. Box and Co. Yet again striking with brutality. Finally we see a frag coming in. It's Supra who's getting on it. Super hears that. Oh, that's painful. Finds one. But over a long. Still danger close. Lollipop is though the perfect individual to support Box. I think you don't really need to discuss that. He moves over to B, and does he take a bit of attention? I mean, he just needs to throw some sort of fake smoke, because I'm not sure if the youngsters know about the bomb being along, but they spotted it, most likely. Lollipop it is. No real mistake for the first. Second, though, fails on his side. He most definitely knows. No kit for Inters. This does not really allow him to waste too much time. Means Box, it's just an intelligent play. Just a bit of fooling with the time. Inters, though, comes around, and he gets the kill. Number 4 on the board for the Gambit youngsters. And that's devastating.
Bomb has been defused. Counter-terrorists win.
And I want to once more hit you with some statistics here, and I repeated them. I'm going to repeat them because I said them earlier. Nevertheless, Overpass has been picked by Gambit. Gambit have an astonishing 5-0 rating. 5 wins, 0 losses. Thinking, or more likely taking down somebody like Tricked, for example. Amazing performance. Seriously, no doubt about it. The problem I have is they, first of all, only got 4 rounds That's not a lot. Their T site is not as strong as you'd expect. Nemiga now on CT. A little bit more CT side they are. 55-45 CTT tendency, and therefore I have high hopes in them actually taking that one down. As Lollipop and Co. are more likely interested in taking the ace control. Let's see how that one will go. At that point in time. It looks scary. It looks a little scary for Nemiga. They're all coming close. Angeyo whiffs it all. Look at the HP for Axel. How is this man still alive has to be the question. Vox and Co struggle, and Robo can't do much. MDS still finding a kill, putting it in the right direction. Axel is a body shot away from dying, but super strikes. And this means Nemiga might lose this one out. Wouldn't have even any doubts that this is going to happen. But either way, things start to look more sinister. Inters strikes. And this round is where nothing really comes in. No real surprise. That one obviously is not going to deliver too much. As I say this, good night, Nefany. This is somewhat painful. I mean, it's no big deal on the one hand, because it's just a round where still only pistols are on the side of Nemiga. So, either way. And in the meantime, finding 1 or 2 frags here is already more than good, period. There's no discussion about that. Finding 1 or 2 frags would be absolutely enough. And there you go. There you go. Nobody really dying anymore. That's what you need in the end, but still. That one kill was more than enough. Fox even finding another. And so, the youngsters that have got a bomb plant down have lost 2. Yet again, the youngsters trying to bounce back. So let's see. If it's gonna pay off the patience. Jo. One jump. He definitely saw the head. No. How did he not see the head? Okay, I'm a little under shock. Them now pushing over the shorts, and the ass strikes on 2. Oh, and that is, of course, a neck breaker. Period. This is just a neck breaker. Interest rotating away.
Counter-terrorists win.
Nemiga. I mean, this round especially is the most important. You find it weird? I'm gonna explain to you afterwards. But now, Bob strikes. Lollipop is blind. Same goes for his teammate. Oh, and it starts to become problematic. Robo just pushes through. Man has a big set of balls, that's for sure. The bomb is just down water. Did they spot that? By now they must. By now they must have realized where the bomb is. Standing down there is somewhat of a risk. Robo coming down, or more likely upwards to the pillar. Oh, and if he finds both, sees the first, second one, just swinging out, but doesn't get the frag in time. Coming down deep. Oh, that's mortar fire. Now the player's rotating over. I mean, I don't see it happening. I think nobody does see that happening. It would be unrealistic to see that happening. Now the shutdown is initiated. Axel getting the first, and everybody chimes in. No real issue. There we go. Frag number 1 found. That was a little too aggressive from Nafany. And, I mean, GambitY Youngster still saved up a good bit of money, right? So no big worries. Nemiga just need to pull through. That's the thing. And funny story, the amount of rounds Gambit got on the CT side, they now already got on the T side. So things are looking as sinister. Jayo's aggression punished. With now seeing problems occur over long, Nemiga is losing one player after another. Robo, though, plays a pivotal role as he hears the players over long, finds the first, can dodge the second. Interestingly enough, MDS plays around the molly, gets the kill number 1. Over a long, problems start to accumulate, but his spray down is too good. The youngsters can only send inters into the battle, spotted and taken out. This is the train coming directly on the B side. Okay, then. That's a way to do it. If it's successful, different story. We're gonna figure that one out. Yes, pushing backwards, and he's already in front of Monster. He's smoking that position, and therefore... I mean, they got a little bit into it, right? This is nice and great. Funny thing is, players not aggressively pushing through. Nobody expected MDS there. Flashbang was good, takes down 1. The second is granted, and he retreats immediately. He's coming back home safely. All right, then, MDS. That was already quite nasty. Now let's see if they can finish off the case. MDS just waiting it out. Monster player found. All well. And take a look at the money of the youngsters. It's devastating and it's uncomfortable. And I don't believe they're going to force through. The eco would be the best. And then strike with full force. With that, the Eagle striking, good night. Either way, on paper, this can fail. It doesn't. As one comes Monster. Another one through... pardon? Shiro? How do you do that? Okay, then. There you go. 15-8. I don't like the force. I didn't like the idea. Looked a little bit desperate, but that's the way it is. Pushes through. Well, he didn't necessarily do himself a favor with that. I understand the aggression to some degree, nevertheless I'm no fan of it. And if Robo fails as well, that might be collapsing. Nemiga on the right track with only 2 more players remaining. And both Axel and Shiro waiting and waiting and waiting. So they're pushing for shorts. I mean, that's a public notice. I'll look how I fake it. I love it. They believe in the desperation that suddenly everybody's rotating, instantly rotating back, failure. There they come. Jo waiting on truck. The teammate should be around anytime soon. Bombs down and game's over. Nemiga picks it 2-0 and there's the victory belonging to them. GG's to both sides. We're heading into a little break and then we'll be right back.
Charge up your game with excitement. Highest odds on the market. Coverage of all live and pre-match events. Place your bets with Solid Bookmaker and win with your favorite teams. Take what's rightfully yours with GG.bet.